going on, y'all? About to check out a video from the non-amazing Lucas. Let's take a look at it. His crybaby self. He's going to be going at the Candace Owens. This loser. I swear, he ain't know her because he could never get anything near as fine as Candace. I'm just saying. Alright, let's take a look at this video here. Him crying.
Fuentes is right, but he's also wrong. Oh my goodness. So there is this video of Fuentes going off.
So you skipped the intro, but you still made time to drop it low. Let's do the dust check. Because if I don't do it, the fans gonna be mad. Yeah. Gonna need a bigger boat. Yeah, wait, oh no, that's okay. That's what happened when you wear the same shirt.
On Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens. And rightfully so, mind you. And that's because recently Candace Owens was on Tucker Carlson's podcast and they were just having a little party, bruh. A little party ripping Fuentes to shred. Tucker Carlson refers to Fuentes as he's a gay, weird little kid from Chicago in his, mom's basement.
But he is clearly part of a campaign to discredit non-crazy right voices. And Nick Fuentes, this child, this weird little gay kid in his basement in Chicago.
Damn. And
I don't know how old Nick Fuentes is, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even really care. I don't watch his content like that.
If we're going to be honest, there's even a Freudian slip from Nick Fuentes where he's like, he's right.
Tucker Carlson said, I'm a weird gay kid in the basement. Yeah, and I'm from Chicago. You're right.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it just by thinking
Nigga, I got so distracted the ad almost played in full.
about it. Meet Base 44.
What?
Nigga,
Well,
Yo, my guy. Did you do that on purpose?
okay, you're not right about all of that.
And I think we all know by now that, Nick Fuentes is a homosexual, or at bare minimum, fighting homosexual tendencies and desires.
I don't care. I see a lot of people using that as like an insult for people. I don't give a damn what you're doing in your bedroom.
Because I don't know how many people, are watching trans, adult content on their phone. Like, you're down bad if that's where you're at.
He's out of line, but he's right.
Was Ali specific? Is this something I don't know? Either Nick Fuentes got caught with that or Lucas got some, you know what? I don't even care. Do your thing. And I hate that he uses Anthony Mackie, man. That's my guy. I watch every movie he's in.
Right.
And here's the thing. I got nothing against, hey, whatever you want to do, you got to do it. But I find it interesting, and this is also a reoccurring event, especially within Republicans or hardcore right, where they're always lambasting, oh, gay this, gay that. And then, we come to find out that they're on Grindr, right? We had, not too long ago, where I think it was the either CPAC or a Republican convention or something like that, that Grindr crashed. Because a lot of these individuals are homosexuals, yet they constantly want to put on this face of, oh, no, I'm with a woman. One such individual I'm thinking of is Tim Scott.
I didn't even know what he was talking. I thought he meant like the grinder. Like as in. Only one I know. Man, that's what they call the dating website for Alphabet. That's crazy.
Tim Scott, who magically gets married, in hopes of.
What if you go in there thinking that you're gonna get green? And you think it's other people that like flowers? That's not what I meant. That's crazy.
Trying to become the VP of President Trump. But that's neither here nor there. Having said that, Fuentes goes off on Tucker Carlson saying, that he's a trust fund baby, that he has so many trust funds, he doesn't have to work again, that he comes from, Ivy League school, right? Essentially a very privileged upbringing.
But I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. Tucker Carlson says, I have so many trust funds, I never have to work. Tucker went to a $45,000 per year private high school, then a $45,000 per year selective Ivy League school in New England.
And it's in contrast with this avatar that he's now, reformed himself.
I don't give a damn. Go be crazy, yeah. I don't care.
As a hardworking, bootstraps type of guy where he cares about minimum wage, and healthcare, for poor white people. And he essentially is calling him out on his BS.
Tucker Carlson's daddy was a Reagan appointee. And then after years of bragging about being an elite, bragging about being so out of touch and so rich, now he's going to be the spokesperson for all the white people. Now he's going to roll up his sleeves. I just like to hunt and fish in my log cabin. I care about Klarna and credit card debt.
And it's ironic, of all people out there in the political arena, that these two would be considering Nick Fuentes as a CIA operative. Because even Owens tries to say that, he's dishonest and that, it seemed like he was taking commands from something.
I know what I'm talking about.
I can confirm he's dishonest. I mean, there's no, so it's like you use that as your, like, I could not determine what his motives were. And I said, you know what? I don't have time for this. I gave you a fair chance, gave you a fair shake, and you are a fundamentally dishonest human being.
I find that absolutely hysterical, given that Candace Owens has been her whole career, quote unquote, has been nothing more than a whore, a political whore. That's what she's been, a political whore.
Kind of misogynist stuff. Well, he is the guy that said that he was down with everything that Homelander did. And if you are a fan of the TV show The Boys or read the comic book, some nasty things that this nigga Homelander, Ike Turner, and all the time. This guy said he was down with that.
Or for white Jews.
Oh.
That's it. That is where she came from. That is where she's been. That is why anyone knows her. It's because she's been a political whore for white Jews in this arena. That's it. And I don't mean that in any type of disrespect. It just is what it is. 1 + 1 is 2, and she's been a political whore for white Jews.
That's exactly what you mean is disrespect. Because she turned you down? You can never get a Candace Owens. I'm just saying.
It just is what it is. And the worst part is that she was being used as a whore to attack her own people. I think that's the worst part. That you were not only being used by white Jews, but you were being used by racist white Jews. That's really the icing on top of this stupid sundae, is that you were exploited due to the color of your skin to attack other people who look like you.
Why don't you observe the fact that while you had a contract at Daily Wire, Turning Point USA, InfoWars, book deals, and by the way, because you're I
was just about to say, damn, he moving a little sassy. And then I stopped myself from saying it. And then he hit one of these. He hit one of the, oh, no, you didn't. That's crazy. Let me see this one more time.
InfoWars, book deals, and by the way,
go on, girl.
because you're a black woman, because you are a semi-articulate black woman, you're like Obama. She don't talk with that Negro dialect. She was a black woman who did the conservative grift, and she rode that tokenism doing fucking Blexit for 10 years, making millions of dollars.
About to have me sounding like Lucas. The fuck is Negro dialect? I guess would I fit in that? That's yeah, that's a little on the nose, buddy.
And then married into a wealthy family, and then discovered there's something going on with Israel after only everybody started to notice. Now you want to call me out, the OG?
he's out of line, but he's right.
You co-signing this, Nick? Listen, man. I don't even have a beef with this dude. What's his name? Nick Fuentes. I just don't watch him like that.
But it is hysterical that the people who have been taking marching orders for however long, right, are now accusing Nick Fuentes, oh, he's a CIA op. And, that's where I say he's absolutely right in calling these people out. Because these are the last two people on planet Earth to imply, suggest, or insinuate that anyone else is taking marching orders from the government. Like, this man worked for Fox News. His buddies, as Fuentes says, with Peter Thiel, they're always talking about AI in the future and getting your brain chips. And that's going to happen, rest assured. But they are very much the fire behind that rocket. That's what they are. And then Kunis.
Just talking, bro. He's not actually saying anything. He hates them because they're more successful than him. Blah, 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 blah.
Owens is just, she's just dumb and black. It's just, I don't know what to tell you. She's dumb and black. She's an anti, self-hating black girl that has its weight in gold in this political arena, especially in the Republican Party. That will always be useful. They are always looking for, self-hating black people. They are always looking for, self-hating Indians, self-hating black and brown people. That's where Vivek Ramaswamy gets his usefulness. It's due to the color of his skin. Damn. Now, having said that,
You're racist. You're racist as hell.
I disagree with Nick Fuentes on this topic is the fact that, he's wrong when it comes to his criticism of them in the totality, because they did it the right way. And I hate to say this, but at the end of the day, politics is a business. It is. And the difference between a Nick Fuentes and a Candace Owens, or a Nick Fuentes and a Tucker Carlson, is that they have political capital. Is that they have not marred their image to the extent that people won't have them on their show. Same thing with the Tucker Carlson. So the whole point is that you amass your fame, you amass your money, and then you go full mask off. Damn.
This nigga's still crying? Ain't that what you did? The amazing liberal Lucas? Ain't that exactly what you got your little money? When you showed your true colors?
That's how that works. That's what allows, Candace Owens to talk about Jews, to talk about her conspiracies and all of this, is that she has had so much goodwill with, white ignorance of the right, that they'll overlook some of the crazy stuff that she says. They'll overlook certain parts that an average person will be like, yo, this is a dumb individual. She is dumb. She's like crazy dumb and doesn't have any idea what she's talking about. But given the fact that
he's going to say, oh, I don't mean that as disrespect. I'm not trying to go after her for attention. I'm not mad that she turned me down when I asked for a date.
She's had years and years and years of telling them what they wanted to hear, of saying, hey, look at George Floyd. I did a documentary. Hey, look, there is no police brutality. That doesn't exist. It's a myth. That they are willing to listen to her. She's amassed a base. Same thing with Tucker Carlson. He's gotten so much capital and goodwill due to him being on Fox News, due to him being in association with Trump, that he's amassed so much, goodwill, so much capital that he can go out and go on these little tangents here and there. Where someone like Nick Fuentes, unfortunately, he can't. He shot his shot too early.
Pause.
Now, he has a litany of ideas and beliefs that he should be crucified for. But the fact of the matter is that when he starts talking, he's really no different from a Tucker Carlson. Damn. That's what, he talks about it like, what's wrong with being weird?
This nigga off. How much longer we got? Like, I swear, this is like torture. Like, what am I doing to myself watching Amazing Lucas?
What's wrong with living in your mom's basements? Many of the people that you talk to can't afford to live, in a $1 million house, or can't afford to have a family and stuff like that.
I would never describe a well-meaning young white person who's trying to get ahead as a weird kid in his basement from Chicago. And what is that supposed to mean? What is wrong with being from Chicago? What is wrong with being weird? What is wrong
Why? Just asking. Why? Why did he make sure he had to point out white? Yeah.
With living in your basement?
What? And this is something that I talked about, where I was like, many of these races are so focused and so honed in on black people that you are allowing your white youth to be cast aside. And it's simply due to your anti-black racism. Your hyper focus on black people is causing your own, destruction. Anyways, guys, that's the video. Let me know what you guys think, whether or not
I can't. I'm already sick. Now I'm sick of Lucas. I need to take a break. Watch more videos. Oh, gosh. I don't even have that much hair left. I gotta pull this out.